If I was listening to a song right now, I would be listening to Cold Blooded Soldiers by Top Shockers. Yes, sir.
Well, I and I a rude boy from the country. Grew up in the neighborhood, then they corrupted me straight out. Dancing in the morning, dancing in the evening time. Tropical emotions.
Yeah.
Aloha, everybody. Thank you for tuning back into the Wise Up podcast. I have my friend, special guest, Kalawelo au Kai Kamakaoke Kai, back on a heavy request from our guests.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's Brother Velo over back on the Wise Up podcast. Happy to be back finally after all this time. Finally got the time again to come out and record the podcast, man. It's been waiting, so been some time coming.
Thank you for being here, my brother. We
Happy
appreciate
to
you.
be here, man.
Not only do I appreciate it, but guy, you had some fans, boo.
Well, I mean, most of them are my family, but
Hey, me too,
hey,
guy. Me too.
Family members. Mahalo to all my family and friends who supported the podcast. And we're touched by it. It really means a lot to me and to Kai that you guys
The
all.
other Kai, two Kais.
That's true.
Everywhere we go, he goes by Kai. I mean, it's in your name, so
It's a
rightfully
part
so.
of my name.
But I'm like, Kai. They're like, we have an order for Kai. I'm like, I didn't order nothing. And then you walk up. I'm like, oh, you use our name, huh?
It definitely do be like that sometimes, bro. Perks of being Hawaiian.
True.
Most people got Kai in their name somehow, some way.
Oh yeah.
Kind of calming down. But again, very appreciative of everybody who reaches out and gives their feedback, and it really does mean a lot because this podcast is like definitely like a win for me for sure.
Everybody.
Yeah, so it's just something that happened, and we're glad that we're touching the people that we're touching.
Yeah, I think I definitely want to take accountability and say that I'm sorry that I wasn't able to put out this past week. I mean, I did have one in the bank with one a guest, but it wasn't up to my standards of we both mutually agreed that it could have been a bit better. So I didn't want to put out just anything to put out. I want the content that is put out on the channel to be beneficial for not only us, but the people watching. That's the reason why we're here, to spread the love, spread the positivity, and words of wisdom, I guess.
Bro, 100% agree with that. That is the exact reason why I feel like we do this. Like, it was such a, like I said, it was such a just a whim, and it's like usually when you go on a whim, it's deriving from a passion. And something that you're passionate about is definitely something that you can pursue. You know what I'm saying?
Just making sure the camera's recording. Sorry, I don't. Before we get into it,
gotta make sure, man. Scarred.
Hold on, let me check the mic.
Last time, we we had to record like 3 times in one day because everything was all jammered up there. Should keep that in there. No.
I'm going to keep it in.
No. You can keep in the part where we were.
I'm gonna be a little bit shy now because I never know we had the kind in the back.
I don't need, boy.
Okay.
Run them on.
So thank you everybody for watching this podcast.
No. We'll touch back to the main point. We definitely have brought this whole podcast idea because I know he definitely watches a ton of podcasts. I'm very new to it. So when he brought the idea to me, telling me I'd be a great guest for his podcast, I'm sitting there telling myself, like, bro, I don't do good in front of cameras, man. Like, I really don't. And then last time was the first time I ever came on his podcast. It just came natural to me, as if I was talking to someone I was super close to, because I guess like just talking to a camera's a lot easier than talking face to face to a random stranger for me.
I'm still getting used to it. I still can't really like look at it without cringing a little bit. That's just my personal
Yeah,
brain, though.
I think I'm probably a little bit better at that because I definitely record a lot of gym content in front of everybody in there, and it's like for me personally, I think I've just grown very self-aware of myself, and like I'm like, if someone's gonna judge, everybody's gonna judge. Like even people watching this podcast are like, these guys have no idea what you're talking about. You're 100% correct. We have no idea what we're talking about. We're just doing this. Like,
I think
because
that's the beauty of it, though.
yeah,
You got to
yeah.
start somewhere.
Yeah, and you just have to enjoy what you do. I don't know.
So shy. I'm like,
Yeah, I definitely for one enjoy doing this podcast. And,
I enjoy
and
it.
after the last one, it definitely became a passion for me. And when you're passionate about something, it's definitely imperative that you stay dedicated to that passion.
Yeah, I think discipline and consistency. I'm a firm believer that if you have those two things, and patience too, but I think that comes with those two. But you're gonna get to where you want to be if you have those things. If you have the discipline, even to do it when you don't want to, and consistently, you'll get better at anything, really. I mean, unless you're really not trying, then. But
Yeah, well, the thing about that is if you're willing to give up on something, you're never meant to do that thing. So
Wow.
if you're gonna start something and
Hit me
you're
deep
not
right there.
you're not motivated to see it through and finish it, or at the very least stay dedicated to it, you can't call it a passion. You can't call it something you want to do. There's no way. If you're just gonna give up on it in a heartbeat, you don't deserve to be sitting there saying that that's something you're passionate about, because you're not.
Damn. Hit me deep early. Sorry, coach.
Right. So that said opinion can go about everything in life. Like, I will say one thing for me as well, from a coaching perspective, I enjoy players who have the drive and tenacity to constantly get better. Even if they're already good, their drive to understand and know that there is always someone better than them out there, and they're constantly ready to learn at any given moment. Those are the players I do thrive with personally.
Yeah.
I will thrive with all my players for sure, but the ones who want to constantly learn are the ones I thrive with the most, because that's how I view my life. I want to live every day as a learning experience. I want to learn something somehow, some way, every single day. I want to try and learn something.
Yeah.
I want every day to be beneficial. I want to make sure that if I'm able to get blessed and wake up every day, I use it to my advantage and gain something from it,
How do you, even when the days are tough, how do you keep yourself motivated in those days where you don't want to do things?
And that, like I said, that really dates back to the gratefulness that I talked about earlier. Like, I like to live my life grateful that I get to open my eyes and be blessed with a new day, man. That in itself is a big enough motivator for me to be like, well, I got to wake up today. Am I really going to sit here and be like, I'm too lazy to get up and make me food? I'm too lazy to get up and go to the gym. I'm too lazy to go in for work. Like, all of those things are very minor compared to having to deal with situations like, oh, damn. Like, I
Have to fight for your life today or something?
like if you woke up on your deathbed and you're like, damn,
What could I have
like,
done?
I have a bucket list. Like, you're left with no choice but to complete that bucket list because you're gonna go. So if you live every day as if like it's your last, and you live every day, not taking it for granted that you're gonna wake up tomorrow, you can learn to appreciate a lot of things on like a way deeper level. So that's the kind of motivation that I utilize to get myself to do things I don't want to do. Because I have to coach today at like 3:30, and it's currently 9 or 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. I haven't gone to bed yet since I've been up since
That's because you're a chronic.
like 2 p.m. yesterday. So it's about 8 a.m. in the morning. So I've been up for about almost 24 hours. So I'm gonna wake up in a few hours and go and teach the new generation. Man, it's a blessing. I'm just glad to be able to have that like possibility to even make an impact, man. Like I mean, that even dates to this podcast. Like I'm just so excited to be here. Like every time I do get to feature, because it's like I said, like the amount of people that reached out and commented on it and liked it and reached out to me personally and like told me how much they liked our podcast. Like it really, really hit me. Like I'm like, damn, like I can really help people. Like it really makes me very, very proud of myself, because that's like my main goal. I just want to inspire somebody. And I don't care if we have one viewer or if we have 100 or a million. Like every single one of those people count to me and they matter to me. Those are the people, like you guys are the reason I'm here. Like I want to be here for everybody. And like that's the beauty of this, because we're both here for that same reason, and it's like we personally benefit from it too. So it's not just like we're forcing ourselves to do this for you guys. Like we want to be here to do this, and in turn everybody gets the benefit from it.
It's definitely super surreal, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Almost euphoric, almost.
Because I've like people who I would never have expected to watch us. They come up to me and be like, "Hey, I love your podcast." I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
it's
thank
an
you.
amazing
Yeah.
feeling. Like it
Yeah.
really feels like a huge sense of self-accomplishment. And it's like, for me it is, because like I said, when I was told I was gonna feature on this, I was like, guy, I don't even watch podcasts. Like what am I supposed to do? And you were like, guy, just come on. I'll ask you questions here and there if not, but like, you said, me. You're like, I know you. You can talk someone's ear off if you.
I think what I wanted and what you delivered on and continue to is to share your life experiences and to let people know that it's okay to not be okay, because we've both been there, but have both been through different circumstances. And I think that you definitely you have a gift of sharing your experiences to inspire others. That's all I wanted to I know it's so funny because you're so like moke sometimes on like, I don't know, no, I don't like, and then but I'm glad you always come around and then deliver. You make Uncle proud by making Uncle proud.
Like, bro, it's just natural. And
Yeah.
it's phenomenal that I'm doing this with you, because if it was with some other random person, I really probably wouldn't be nearly as comfortable sharing my life.
Yeah, I think, but you gotta have those people who will bring that out in you too.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like I said, I mean, last time we had a podcast, I touched on vulnerability. I personally am a very vulnerable person, and I'm 100% okay with that. Like I said last time, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's just, for me personally, I feel like it's easier to relate to people who are struggling, who keep it a secret, when I can express that vulnerability first. And in turn, that creates a comfortable complex within myself for them to be able to feed off of, which in turn will create that bond that they can just open up, and then I can then begin to offer wisdom. And I feel like that's kind of my, I guess you can say it is a talent of mine, is to really touch a lot of people who are hurt. Because I mean, I have gone through a lot of stuff, man, but I'm very grateful for it all. It really has helped me become who I am. And I feel like that's the main thing I preach to people who go through stuff. I try to preach that everything happens and everything can be a lesson. So if you're going to take something that happened to you that's extremely negative, like almost trauma-based negativity, you can learn from it. So if you begin to think of every negative situation you're put in as a learning experience, you can definitely turn your life around. So if something traumatic happens to you, but you sit there and you take it, you're like, damn, this is really, really sucks that this happened, but now that I'm aware that this happened, and this caused this, or like, this reason is why this happened, boom, immediate learning experience. Okay, so if I did this differently, this would have never happened. So now in the future, I can prevent this.
Do you think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Or is that a cliche?
Corny. Corny but true. Corny but true in my opinion, man. That's
Right.
awesome. Definitely from a song.
It's a good song. I don't listen to it personally, but it's a good song.
Happens, man, happens. So since we're kind of on the subject of learning, I want to touch on the gym.
Okay.
And the reason why I want to touch on the gym is because through the gym I have learned a lot of my life lessons. And for all the gym rats out there, everybody hits the gym for a different reason. So no bash or hate towards anybody who hits the gym first for whatever reason. If you're there to get cut, you're there to lose weight, you're there to gain weight, you're there to look better, you're there to bodybuild, you're there to professionally, compete, like whatever the reason is. The gym overall, I feel like, has been a life changer for me. What about you?
I think it definitely saved me from a path that I was going down that I wasn't happy about. So yeah, it was life changing. I would say this is a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to the thing it teaches you so many things about life for sure, like patience, discipline, consistency, growth, like so many different things. And I know and struggle, because it's not going to be easy, and it only gets it gets easier to go, but if you continue to push yourself, you're always going to be going through that struggle. But it's beautiful, because the more you break down your body, or however you want to, like, the more goals that you set and the more you accomplish, these small wins accumulate into like a snowball effect of just growth. And it is beautiful, but you have to you're only going to see as much success as seriously as you take it, if that makes sense. Like if you want some serious results, you can't just do it part-time and expect to your body to change. It takes a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and the reason why I wanted to gauge your opinion is because the gym is very detrimental to a lot of people. Because I will say, from a personal point of view, the gym is very, very, very difficult to stay persistent to. I will say that. For some people, it comes second nature. Wake up, damn, I gotta hit the gym today. Damn, I forgot to hit the gym yesterday. I'm definitely going today. And for some people, it's like, oh, man, I gotta go to the gym today. And it's like, everybody's in the gym for a different reason. But it is all in the, fact of the matter is that you're there for something. You're there for a reason. And the gym teaches a lot of things. It teaches persistence, patience, and it's a very huge mind game, because it's a very long process. And if not,
I think a lot of people look at it from a negative point of view, because they're so used to the culture of like ego lifters and people who are
influencers.
Not all influencers, but like the people who deter beginners away. And I think that's why, like, personally, I don't like Planet Fitness, but I understand their target demographic and what they try to do. But that's just, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But
Well, everybody pertains the gym to something different. Everybody has coaches, or most people do. They have somebody, whether it's a family member, a friend, or an actual coach. So everybody asks somebody for advice.
yeah,
And that's a start. So it's like, the thing about the gym is it's like you can start somewhere, and depending on how persistent you are with it and how dedicated you are to your goals, it could teach you a lot. And that,
Mm-hmm.
like, the main reason why I want to bring it up is because of all the values the gym has taught me.
Mm-hmm.
The gym has taught me patience. The gym has taught me persistence. The gym has taught me a lot of self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would notice myself at the gym at first. I always felt insecure being around all these guys who lifted 3 times the weight I was lifting. It made me feel really small and insecure about myself. But over time, the gym has taught me to work through that insecurity because, like you said, there are people who deter beginners away, and there are people who very much do the opposite and provide motivation to said beginners. And that's the luxury I had. I met a lot of really nice guys who, either compete or they weight lift professionally or have weight lift professionally, and they're very motivational. I was just the type of person who was so dedicated to the gym that I was willing to sacrifice everything for it. So I would sacrifice my pride, and I'd go up to these guys who are lifting 4 times on weight and be like, "Hey man, how do I look like you?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get as strong as you?" And that's how I learn.
I
That's
think
how they learn. You learn from personal experiences, and I also did my fair share of research.
yeah, I was
You
about
can
to
you
say
can
you
go
got to do
into
that.
you can go into that rabbit hole, man. You can definitely dive so deep into all of these supplements, all of these physical enhancers. There's so much to this world, to this lifting world, that is way more than just going there and picking up a dumbbell and curling it.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's all, I think but it definitely, you need to take it in steps, like with anything. You need to
Yeah.
learn how to
Yeah.
crawl before you can walk.
Yeah, and you need to learn recipes to different meals. It's all the same. There's just so much to learn, and I feel like just the virtues that the gym can provide is majority positive, yet even the negative ones become positives. Because like I said, I was super insecure, but over time I've learned that everybody has to start somewhere, and that taught me a lot of virtue in life itself. Because it's I'm going out and I'm say you're trying a new job or you're trying a new sport, right? Then you date yourself back to the gym oh man, I suck at this sport. Well, you know what? I couldn't bench 225 when I first started lifting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a PR that I set a goal for that I wanted to hit even months ahead, and I hit it. I hit that goal. So it's you can utilize that same mindset to set a goal, understand there will be setbacks, understand that there's always a process, understand there's always somewhere to start, and utilize that same, drive in daily life and things.
Yeah, I think you you said it when it's really important for you to find your goals and then reverse engineer how you're going to get there, because everybody can have a goal, and no matter how realistic it is or not, what are you going to do that is necessary to get you to where you want to be. So if you want to, let's just say for most people it's lose weight, get to don't just say oh, I just want to lose weight. What weight do you think you would be happy at? And start slow. For me, I know personally, I thought that my problem was carbs and fats, when in reality, I tried a paleo diet and it wasn't for me. I just felt dead all the time, and I didn't feel like the results were what I wanted. So I tried something else, and through trial and error, and everybody's body's different, but for me specifically, I found out that sugars is what was my kryptonite, if you will. So now instead of cutting it off completely, which is almost impossible to do, just being a little bit more conscious and limiting yourself can go a long way. Because I think in order to really gain long-term results, it's not just a seasonal change. Oh, summer body, I'll get right before summer. But what about after summer? You're going to go back to your old habits? You could live your life like that, but it'll only get you so far. So I think changing your lifestyle is definitely something to think about too.
That's That's definitely something that you think about on a daily basis at any time of the day. Like if you're just driving in your car, you're listening to this podcast or you're listening to music. Like it's a deep thought perspective to think about. You sit there and you ask yourself, am I happy with what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Am I happy with the goals that I've set for myself? Am I happy with the goals I've accomplished? Like if you really sit there and you ask yourself, am I happy doing what I'm doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
If you ask yourself, am I really truly happy? And you're not, find the most absurd goal that you could possibly think of that you think you can achieve somehow, some way, and aim to reach that goal. Like reach for the stars, like whether your goal is to save $10,000 this year, find a way to make it happen. Say your goal is to get a new car this year, find a way to make it happen. Get a house, find a way to make it happen. Any goal is reachable if you set your mind to it and you sacrifice the proper things to make that goal a reality without suffering extreme loss. There's definitely ways to do that.
Do it all legally, of course.
Definitely do it legally.
You gotta cover your bases, because what if somebody accrues $1 million and is all illegal and they're like, "Wise Up Podcast told me to do it, no matter what, no matter the cost."
These actions are performed by professionals, so do not replicate at home.
No, but I think a lot of people are need, like you said, they doing your research is necessary, because like you may want to look like Arnold. You ain't got the Arnold genetics,
That's 100% correct. Everybody's body composition, everybody's body is built different, tailored different. So everybody tailors different. Like he and I have two completely different body compositions. I
Yeah.
have an extremely fast metabolism and a very big appetite. So they go hand in hand with bulking and cutting.
I'm just
so
fat.
I kind of have the. You're not fat, bro. You look phenomenal. I have the luxury of having that type of body composition, so it's easy for me to go both ways. But for me, it's harder to bulk than it is to cut. And for you, I'm not really quite sure.
I think it's definitely easier to bulk. It is. I can cut. I just don't enjoy it, because my whole life I was expected to cut weight from wrestling. So, but being the Hawaiian small percentage of Hawaiian genes can bulk pretty easy. Well, that's not true though, because you're like almost 100% Hawaiian. So maybe it's the inverse.
We're not gonna spread false facts.
Maybe it's the
there on
inverse.
Camera.
But I think a lot of people expect one way to work for everything, when that's not how it works.
That brings it back to the comfortability. You find what works best for you and your body composition, and definitely aim to reach your goals. I'm sure everybody wants to look in the mirror and love what they see. I definitely have a hard time doing that on a day-to-day basis, but it predates to more than just my body. It dates to my face and the way I've looked my whole life. I've definitely haven't been as proud to see what I see now back when I was a kid. But that's just personal things I had going on at the time. I had a mullet. I was definitely.
I like the mullet. I think you should bring it back.
I had a mullet.
It's in now.
And I definitely was super skinny. Like I was very, very skinny, and
I don't think you were that skinny.
I was that skinny.
No.
Well, I weigh like
but-
190 every day right now, and on a daily basis, I weighed probably no more than like 130.
You got to think though, it's different because
70-pound difference.
It's different because you're tall. So like
I am tall.
So it's like you
6'3".
You think you're skinny, but you're just elongated.
For all my
Because
teammates, this is a sidebar, but for all my teammates there, I'm 6'3". They'll have a ball with that. If you know, you know.
6'2".
I'm 6'3". A doctor said it. Doctor's order.
Bring the mullet back. Hashtag bring the mullet
Hey,
back.
mullets are in, man. It's just not for me, dude.
I get it.
Spending a life like that with the mullet would make you feel
I get
make
it.
you feel differently about it. For me, it does. But I'm thankful for it. I cut it, got the hair I got now. I'm
Did
happy.
you keep the hair or no?
I did actually.
I kept my hair when I cut it.
I really did. I braided my hair and I cut it and I gave it to my dad. That's something that I wanted to do because he was very proud. He was very
Yeah.
proud of my mullet, and I mean, we touched on it last time. I did lose my dad, sadly, a couple of years back. But you know, it's all love. You know, I live my life on a daily basis to make him proud. Try and give him a son to be proud of on a daily basis.
He's proud of you. No doubt.
I do my best to make him proud, but he was a very, very huge influence on me and all my family. And he loved my hair, you know, my whole life. So.
I love your hair. Bring them back.
So
hey, if you think Velo should bring back the mullet, drop them down in the comments. Okay. How many likes to bring the mullet back?
to grow the mullet out?
500.
No, I'm gonna set a realistic goal. If we get 50,000 likes, I'm gonna bring the mullet
You know
back
what? Hey, I'm gonna make them happen. 50,000. That's nothing.
on any video, any future reference. So we can clip this. We can clip this later on. Like maybe even a year. This is a never expiring coupon.
Yes,
Of any video that will ever reach 50,000 likes.
You heard it here first on the Wise
I'll
Up.
grow up. I'm
gonna clip this.
The mullet.
Once we get our first video of 50,000 likes, I'm sending it, and then I'm gonna be like, "It's time."
And we can turn it into a whole video.
Oh, and then 100,000 to cut it.
500 to cut it.
Oh.
5 likes.
Nah, I think I can definitely see how it can be a traumatic experience, especially when you're forced to do something too. You're never gonna want to do it. Like,
well, at this point in my life, I've obviously outgrew that side of me.
Right.
So, you know, having the mullet, I could care less, man.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I could care less.
I know.
It's all jokes, but no, growing up, I 100% wasn't joking. I definitely, you know, was a little bit more iffy about that. But hey, man, it happens. I cut it. I gave it to my dad. You know, I figured, hey, man, if you wanted it for all these years, you can have it.
well, was he mad at you when you
No,
cut
no,
him?
no. Oh, was he mad at me when I cut it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But you were
100%.
18 at that time.
I was 18.
Right?
He accepted it. He wasn't
Yeah.
happy about it, but he accepted it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my mom still has it. I'm assuming so.
but I
Either that
think-
or it got donated. It's
I mean,
one of the two.
But you did keep your promise though all those years, and when you were 18, you know it was.
That's all he wanted. He
Yeah.
said the day you turn 18, you know, you're more than welcome to make your own decision because then you're your own adult. So I kept true to it.
At least it was a mutual respect moment.
I mean, I wouldn't say if I spent every year on my birthday asking him to cut it as a birthday present. Hey, Dad, you know, I'm 17 now. You know, my birthday present, I want to cut my mom. No. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every year, bro.
But he taught you the most important thing was how to survive. Especially, you know, he did his job in teaching you how to be a man, for sure.
Yeah, he is a very, very crucial point in my life, and even after his passing, he still remains to be such a crucial factor in my daily life. Because like every time like you touched on it earlier, like every time I feel unmotivated to do something, I utilize him as a way to get myself to jump over the edge with it, you know, and be like, damn, you know, I would enjoy being able to take pride in the fact that I'm able to get up and do something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because I know damn well if I just sat there and was lazy with it, you You know, it's not something he would have supported. You know, he was always a stickler with doing what had to be done, and he was always a good role model in that aspect. He's an amazing father, so it was very, very, very amazing to have him in my life.
What was his name?
Shine,
Shine.
shine,
Shine.
yeah,
N-E. Shine.
yeah,
Okay.
like
He's-
moonshine.
He's shining on you right now, boo. I can see it right here. Oh, right here on the shine.
Not sunshine, more like moonshine.
Sorry,
More
sorry.
like moonshine. I just said it's a joke. I just say that because he used to drink moonshine all the time.
It's okay. He's drinking one right now.
Guarantee.
Pouring the shine on you.
Guarantee he's drinking one right now. See, that's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
The celebration of life even after death. You see, I personally am an atheist.
Huh?
I don't believe in any afterlife. I just believe life will be how life
Hey, but you
will-
believe in
will-
ghosts, guy.
will itself to be. I believe in spirits, yes.
So how do you think that
Spirits
works?
can't pertain to a specific religion at all. All religions have different types of spirits. Spirits is just a commonly known thing. Just
Isn't
like a
it-
dumbbell
yeah.
isn't pertain to any religion, or your slippers aren't pertain to a singular. They're just something that was just
Isn't it-
created.
Isn't it crazy how many stories and different kind of folk tales there are back home?
Oh yeah, urban legends, man.
There's not that many here, which I'm grateful for, but it is kind of. Do you think it's something parents made up to scare their kids into acting right, or you?
No, I'm a firm believer in that being real.
Yeah.
I mean, call it biased culture, but you know, I am from a very
Yeah.
Hawaiian family, so
Well, like
we-
even to the point to where like you have to respect everywhere you go. Don't use the bathroom anywhere with like don't take a rock home or
Yes,
souvenir.
yes,
like
you have a huge point there. Those are all mutual respectful things that Hawaii affects more than most.
yeah,
So.
I think just the sprinklers came on. Oh, the blessings, the water, the dirty water. Oh, no more blessings.
Like the Alabama Canal.
The
That's
Hawaii
enough.
blessings.
That's enough clean water for today.
But like I think what I do miss about living in Hawaii was the culture and the respect that everybody has, no matter where you
aloha.
come from. Yeah, the aloha. Where no matter where you come from, no matter the way you look,
It's all love.
it is.
It's
And
all love, man.
I think that
It's how we're bred.
I was expecting to
A very my mom said this to me when I was actually talking to her about enlisting in the army.
yeah.
She was saying that we're too caring of a people.
Mm.
You know?
It hurts us. It
Yeah,
breaks
and
us
it
sometimes.
hurts us to make specific decisions because that's just how we were raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, she has a point there. A lot of us are very, very passionate and very compassionate and very like caring about others in life because that's how we're raised. We're raised to spread aloha and love. You know.
But if fuckers like bang, you can bang.
Yeah. No more jokes about Mililani.
Oh yeah, got in trouble. You got scolded.
Yeah, no more jokes about
Thanks,
Mililani.
auntie.
I never mean
Hey, you know what? Act like that. Never raise you for be like that.
Always good to have a very
But that
a very like what's the word I'm looking for, man?
well,
It's good to have a very like impactful
Well, I think that we are so prideful as a people that even the city where you're from has like so much. You take pride in where you're from, like you're from Waianae. You're from Waianae. Like you're not just from Waianae.
from
you
North
know?
Shore.
Oh my! Like it's just, it's so
From the
crazy.
NS.
I've never been. I mean, growing up there and then moving here, there's maybe it's just because it's so vast and there's so many different things going on that I don't know. I just think Hawaii is just so prideful. Sometimes too prideful, in my opinion. No, come after me, but we can all because if there's too much pride, then in my opinion, there's it's ignorance. Like you can't like because then you'll be like, well, you know, it is a joke, but like, oh, you're from this city, well then screw you. You know what I mean? Only skizos come from there, so. Like I think your
He
mom
used to come in for me.
no, not you, not
Trying to
you.
come for
No,
me.
no, no, no. But I think when you know when you explained what your mom was trying to say, it made perfect sense on how
How it came
true
off.
Hawaiians no true
Yeah.
Hawaiians should think that way. That
That's true. All
we
about
love
unity. My mom is a very prideful person, but so is yours.
oh,
You know,
too
I
prideful,
know that
too
for I know that
prideful.
for a fact, and it's not even a demeaning thing. Like your
Right.
mom is probably one of the most prideful women I've ever met in my life.
That's where I learned
Um,
that there's a such no like it made me who I am, but there's too much. Hey, calm down. Not everybody is trying to be out for you. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, my mom too. She believes in the unity of our people, and we're stronger together, which is the truth. You
Yeah,
know, everybody's stronger together. You know, if you're fighting demons alone, you're only gonna get so far,
but
as compared to how far you'd go if you had someone there helping you.
yeah, me and my mom get into this debate all the time to where like she like there's a lot of hurt and pain that has happened over the islands because of the illegal annexation of Hawaii, and it's a touchy subject, but I am in the mindset to where we should acknowledge that that it happened, but how can like we move forward in a way where we're not putting somebody else down? And I think the conversation came up to when they started allowing non-Hawaiians into Kamehameha. Is that true? I'm not sure if I think it's like a rumor that I heard.
I'm just as in the dark about that as you guys.
Okay, well, I mean, we can say it as a hypothetical to where like the Kamehameha schools, King Kamehameha, there's a specific schooling for Native Hawaiian children, and then I think a family who was of non-Native Hawaiian descent sued Kamehameha schools because in a way they were like
Discriminating.
discriminating against non-Hawaiians. But my
I mean,
mom,
that's that. I mean, wait, continue. Actually, I'll touch on that after.
I think like my mom was getting very passionate about this subject because, and I understand her perspective. Like you take our land, you take the way of our life, you make us not speak our native language, you take away hula, you take away everything, and now you can't even like give us our own, like
Education.
Yeah, I understand where she's coming from, but
School.
at this, like, we need to remember and acknowledge what happened. But I'm not. I think everybody should be included and should be able to learn about Native Hawaiian history
In our culture.
Yeah.
And embrace our people.
Yeah.
I get that point, and I also get where your mom's coming
Yeah.
from. 100%.
Yeah.
Being
Right.
being
Growing
a
up on the
pride-
island.
being a prideful Hawaiian, I get it. You know
Yeah.
it's just shitty because a lot of our people are extremely prideful about that kind of stuff, and it's
Right.
like it sucks that our past isn't the greatest. And a lot of people probably would think a lot differently than the two of us, and I mean that's probably pertaining to our more our generation
Yeah.
point of view on things as compared to people who were there, or like people who are older
100%.
who like were a part of that said culture, and they grew up around the culture of like, oh, this keeps getting taken from us,
Right.
and we're a part of the culture where it's like we're more embedded and we're more involved, so we're more used to everybody being together compared to being segregated.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different of a biased opinion there, but I get it from both sides.
I think my mom kind of has a more Malcolm X point of view, and I have a Martin Luther King Jr. kind of point of view, to where, like, I'm looking more towards how can we build a better future for everybody and in being more inclusive. And she is like
I'm in the middle. I can go
yeah,
both. I can
right.
go both sides on that 100%, especially one being in our generation
Yeah.
and two being a very prideful Hawaiian. I can see it from both sides.
Plus, yeah, it's just tough.
I know it's tough. It really is. There's really nothing that you can do
Because you're
about
gonna
that
piss
one.
off the old strong, not old, but like old, the mindset of we need to be
The old
united
school, the old school
and no
ones.
outsiders. But it then I feel like you're then I personally don't think that's the Pono way, but that's a topic that requires more education on the subject matter than me. But that's just my personal experience with it
Yeah.
because
I second that.
we share our culture here with people who are unaware, right?
Yeah, and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
They enjoy it wholeheartedly. It's not like they're disrespecting us. And when they do, they apologize. Like, oh, I didn't mean no disrespect. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that back in the day.
Right.
That's the difference. They were more so like, we're more than aware we're disrespecting your culture, but we're gonna do it anyway. That's the difference.
100%.
Nowadays, with so much stuff going on, especially with the world now, it's like, okay, well, I am aware I'm disrespecting your culture right now, and I apologize. I don't mean to do that. But that's why you learn. That's why you learn from history. That's what history is meant to be taught for, is so that you learn the mistakes that they made, and you can somehow learn from it yourself. And if you have to learn the hard way by going through it, then go through it.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's a hot yeah. There's a bunch of scenarios to where I'm like, Mom, you need to chill out. But she's like, No, you don't know what our people had to go through. Okay.
You're right, Mom. I don't.
I'm like,
I don't.
But
I
we're not in those times, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that can be a whole.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms you want open right now.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
but,
it happens, man. It's all right.
but I think, like you said, it's a generational difference for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, speaking of generation, what's your thoughts on our generation?
I think it's sad that there's it's a fact now that there's more local native Hawaiians living outside of the island than there are living, and we spoke on that last time. But it's hard to, like, as the generations keep furthering and furthering, it's hard to keep the traditions that were perpetuated throughout generations, like families pass down traditions. Like, for instance, like, I imagine when you have kids, you want to teach them the teachings that were passed down to you on living off the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, you can go to Cali, you can go to these places, but
I mean, Cali's not the place I want to teach my children. So
I know.
I get your point.
Yeah.
So it's like I definitely want to teach my kids all the things I was taught growing up and how to survive. 100%.
yeah,
But I can also teach them very many things. But I get what you're saying with the whole culture that we're losing by
Yeah.
moving away. You're right. I really can't just hop in this lake right here with some scuba gear on, some diving gear, and my spear gun, and go spear fishing in here.
yeah. But I think it's important to, how can we honor the past and live in the present and bring the two together? Like,
Bridging the gap.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
that's-
it has to be. I think that's kind of why I wanted to start this podcast too, was to bring awareness that, like, not even if not even just cultures, but like bringing people together who just either don't but feel like they belong, or are wanting to find who they are. Like, I think I just want to inspire and bring people here who are all like-minded and want to achieve their goals and are willing to do what it takes to get there. And that's with everything. Like, you know what I mean? Finding people who want to share their success with each other.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And there's different definitions of success. Like, my definition of success will be different from yours, will be different from Larry's, from anybody you meet. And I think, and in sharing that, like sharing your experiences on what worked well for you, what didn't work well, and same goes for me. And I think that's the only way we can grow, is if we share our experiences with one another in a positive way and help each other grow within the community.
And that's the beautiful. That's the beautiful.
Oh, my bad. We keep playing footsies
Sorry.
over here.
That's the beautiful virtue of life. Is that there's just a plethora of opportunity out there, and so many things life can teach you. Life will kick you, throw you down, throw you in the mud, and it's up to you to get back up. You know?
Yeah.
Even if life's just going to hold you down and bury your face, you just keep finding the determination and heart to keep getting back up, man, because you can really, really turn your life around if you want to. Like, if you're going through something that's really hard and too hard for you to shoulder yourself, that's what the people around you are there for.
Yeah.
Like, there's someone who cares. Even if you can sit there and be like, I don't have no family, I don't have no friends. I care. You want to come and talk to me? Come and talk to me. You know, there's someone out there who cares. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to touch somebody. I'm here to help somebody, inspire someone. I don't care if it's just one person. Hey, that one person, you know, you got all of my attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like life is very unpredictable. And there are so many things that could happen in the blink of an eye, like that could just completely change your life for better or for worse.
It's easy to overlook small wins, but it's kind of like what Will Smith said, like brick by brick. That's how you should take life. You're not gonna have a whole house or a whole wall built in a day. It's gonna take time, and with each step, eventually you'll get to where you want to be.
You keep adding a brick to that wall until you get a fortress. That's a great virtue. I mean, I'll probably also piggyback off of that, and you know, it's about getting that time. So I know you usually like to end with setting a goal for the week to achieve.
Oh, you watch the podcast?
May have featured maybe once or twice. No, but I mean, even though it's Thursday, we got 3 days, bro. 3 days to set a goal and accomplish that goal, and I'm sure we can set one and hit it. But I also want to make my own personal spin to it.
Okay.
Since I'm featured on it currently, so I would like to suggest that we also add a virtue of life that we've either recently learned or adopted from anything. Could be from a video, could be something that you related to. Just a virtue that you think will also benefit not only you but me and somebody watching.
Oh, you're gonna make me think today. Okay, I get him. I like what you're putting down.
Yeah. If you want, you want me to go first?
Yeah. You
Okay.
go first. You go first.
So for my goal of the week, I would like to hit a new I'd like to hit a new bench press. Max at the gym.
You got a protein guy.
I would like to hit 275.
Oh, big boy weight.
So
in 3 days. I think you can. I think
3 days.
it's a mental block for you.
Yeah. Because I've hit it before.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the peak of my bulk, but it was a one and only thing, and I haven't been able to hit it since my cut. So that also is crazy that it comes full circle around to my virtue, because the virtue that I have recently adapted is an understanding that just because I could do something before doesn't mean I can do it forever.
Oh,
and
wow.
that virtue from that is realization, and realization is not something that is not a feat that I have an easy time utilizing because I am very, very dull sometimes. So coming to a realization about things sometimes takes time for me, and a big realization that hit me was my knees.
Huh?
I have very bad knees. You know, I'm very in shape, but my knees are very bad. And in the beginning of this year, I used to play volleyball all the time. That was when we used to play still, kind of for fun.
Uh-huh.
But I would never stretch. I would never stretch before anything, before working out, before playing. I'll just jump right in there and
Can
do that.
confirm.
And my knees would always be so sore, and like I tore my meniscus in high school, so it's like I utilized that knowledge of that pain and associated it with that. And just recently, not even a month or two ago, when I joined this pro team, I got a lot of advice from people who helped me realize that stretching is important, and I will definitely third that opinion and go out there and say that you should definitely stretch and
Man, this
realize
guy's come a long way. I never stretch. Never. Bruh, you think me? Huh? I don't need stretch. I'm too good for that.
I take like an hour of stretching now every day.
Oh, bro, stretching is necessary. That's everything with this freaking guy.
Realization,
So
bro.
stubborn.
Realization. It's a virtue that I've learned, bro.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah,
learn that
yeah.
realization, or I will be hard headed and stubborn.
I just gotta
Happens, man.
let you, uncle gotta let you learn. Nah, I think, I mean,
What
I don't
about
think
you?
my virtue is more so, it's more simple. I think what I'm trying to be better at is to maybe smile more, because I think I like to, or not like to, I know I carry myself in a very not approachable. You know, I never believed you until I started like meeting new people, and that's how they would impersonate me. I'm like,
That's how he walks on a daily basis, like at volleyball,
yeah, so I basically
at the gym,
just walk like a, I don't even know.
like a gorilla, puffing his chest like someone's trying to attack his territory or something.
Okay, well, hey, my virtue is smile more, because it'll go a long way, and it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. Okay.
Takes less muscles, will puff the chest too, guy.
Yeah, I was a non-believer that I was like a chest puffer, but I guess I am. Everybody. I've accepted that is my
Signature walk.
Yeah, my signature
Like the
walk.
McGregor walk.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that
the
in
Kai Koza
stride.
walk.
Knock and wipe the booty.
And what about your goal?
My goal? Oh, in 3 days. I think my goal is to actually, like, I've been doing really good with the podcast. I mean, can always have room to improve. Eventually I want to have 2 posts a week. It's just really difficult with everyone's scheduling, but we'll get there.
Let's make that a reality then.
We did the week that I did post 2. Maybe I should have saved one.
How about we do Saturday?
Okay,
We'll make that goal a reality. I hope you do yours. You help me do mine.
Okay. We can do that one, but I want to also put it on, like, it's tough because I don't know if I want to tell everybody, but I'm doing this to be more vulnerable. But as many of people don't know, but the people close to me know that I do dabble a little bit in the musical arts. I want to get more serious about that. My cousin's been pushing me. You have been pushing me.
Hey, I'll put this out there right now. 20 likes. 20 likes.
You get
20 likes.
50,000.
20 likes. We're going to put his song out on the next podcast on Saturday.
Oh,
20
guy.
likes. 20 likes, guys. 20 likes. You can hear his personal song.
Well, funny enough, if you go to the intro on the first Wise Up podcast, that I made that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made that.
I can't. I gotta go back and watch it.
I
gotta
made
go back and watch it.
It's a reggae beat, but I was proud.
Oh, wow.
The only reason I put it on there because it was no copyright, because I made them.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that because he made a song once, and I was literally in a hot tub full of my friends, and I hit him up and I was like, hey, don't you have a song? I was like, can you send it to me? Because I actually want to show all my friends. And then you being you, oh yeah, can show him, guys, show him Uncle Kai. So he sent me the music video and I played it, and if you know, you know. I'm sure some of those people I was with are watching this podcast right now. You know who you are. I played that song in front of them, and a lot of them only like have just met you, so it's like their opinion was not biased. And I would go around and flex that shit. I'm like, listen to my boy's song.
I think
like,
I struggle with that.
And yeah, and I know you struggle with. That's why I'm out here just like flexing that. Like,
you're like
my boy made music.
You're like my only. You're like my marketer, advertiser for the podcast. You're like
no. I'm just saying, like like seriously for the song though. Like I showed them that song that day, and they were like, "Oh my god, like he can sing," and I'm like, "He can." He's just so shy. He's so shy.
I don't like to.
So
but
20 likes, 20 likes, and Saturday we're gonna play the song on the podcast.
Oh god.
Play the hook at least.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll take that. That could be. That's a feasible goal. Well,
make it happen.
I appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode of Wise Up Podcast. I want to thank my dear friend Kalawelo Aukai Kamaka Oke Kaikuehu for being here.
Happy to be here as well. Always a pleasure to be on the Wise Up Podcast.
Eventually, I mean, I think you pretty much are, but one like and he'll be a reoccurring guest every week. The likes just keep getting lower.
2 likes. 2 likes. I'll come on the podcast every week. I'm never gonna let him miss another episode. 2 likes.
I think, but it's important to have people who push you.
I gotta keep you on your toes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next Saturday we're gonna go Saturday for sure. Putting it out there right now. But
20 likes on this podcast. We're gonna listen to his song Saturday. Yes.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys.
So you like skank out the frame or what?
Like skank out the frame.
Should that be a thing? We can try it. See how it does.
Yeah, I can. You know, a song we'll put in the background.
I don't like copyright.
You don't need. Put them in the description.
Okay.
You ready, buddy?
Can you sing them?
Huh?
All of my soldiers put the guns up, guns up.
If I was listening to a song right now, I would be listening to Cold Blooded Soldiers by Top Shockers. Yes, sir.
Got him.
I like